So some of you, probably not many of you, but some of you might have been wondering why I haven't been on Facebook lately. It's because I got kicked off again. This time I got kicked off for calling out Kamala Harris. That's Prostitute-Elect Kamala Harris, because CNN, make no mistake about it, CNN wants Kamala Harris to be the next president, which should tell you that all the powers that be want Kamala Harris to be the next president. And here's the situation. When she was in her 20s, she slept with a married man in his 60s and was then given 2 jobs that made $200,000 a year. Not one, but 2 separate jobs for $200,000 a year. So I pointed out that that was basically a form of prostitution, and I said basically that, you know, in essence, Kamala Harris has been a prostitute. And apparently Facebook did not like that and kicked me off for 3 days because I used the W-H-O-R-E word. I guess you can't say W-H-O-R-E. I mean, when somebody gets paid or gets some kind of financial kickback for sex, to me, in my way of thinking, that makes them a prostitute, right? A type of prostitute. I mean, granted, she wasn't on the street wearing the high heels and wearing the dress, and maybe she was going about it a little bit smarter than that, but she was definitely using her sexual wiles to give herself an economic advantage. I call that prostitution, and I called her a W-H-O-R. And Facebook went ahead and kicked me off for 3 days. So not only is CNN trying to make sure that Kamala Harris is the next president, but Facebook apparently is trying to make sure that Kamala Harris is the next president too. So, and here's the problem. I don't necessarily have a problem with somebody using their sexual wiles to get ahead economically. My problem is the unethical way in which he was doing that with somebody in power who was also married. This, to me, just, you know, ascribes a very low morality and ethics to that individual. And once again, the CNN and the Zionist media wants you to elect somebody who's completely unethical. Barack Obama was completely unethical. George W. Bush was completely unethical. Donald Trump is certainly very unethical. And it's just interesting to me that the only choices that we have are somebody who is so ethically and morally compromised that there's no way that anybody with any kind of good conscience could possibly vote for them. But, you know, that should describe the situation that the corporate media, the Zionist corporate media, I'm just going to call it how I see it now. The Zionist corporate media wants you to elect somebody who's completely compromised, who's completely unethical. And I think it's very telling that that's the world we live in today. Once again, I'm not going to vote Democrat or Republican ever again. After what the Republicans did to Ron Paul, after what the Democrats did to Bernie Sanders, if you vote either major party and think that you're going to get a candidate you want, you should have your head examined. So, all right, that's it for me today. I guess if you're seeing this, I'm back on Facebook. It's my little 3-day timeout because I criticized a prostitute for being a prostitute. Can't do that.